Hello everybody. So today on my big wig show, I am very, very, very happy to have the gorgeous and wonderful Erin Gomez, a very good friend of mine. In a moment, I'm just going to introduce myself and what's going on, and then we're going to hear Erin's story. I'm Alexander Couture from René of Paris and Aderans, and we're going to be talking all things wigs today. As per usual, we have got a great guest and I want to hear your story. So, Erin, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. It's so great to virtually see you again.
You know my story. I mean, I've been, in this industry for many, many years, and a wig designer and a wig specialist for a lot of those years. And my journey with René of Paris started about 3-4 years ago. When I came on board and the guys had headhunted me and seen what I did with wigs and how I use those in photo shoots and so on and so forth, and asked me to put a collection together and come out to California and work with you guys. So of course that was a non-brainer. That took all of 30 seconds, if that, for me to say, yeah, I'm coming. So, but most importantly, I'd like to hear your story. So Erin, tell me a bit about you.
Yeah, so my name is Erin Gomez. I live in Sacramento, and I'm fairly new to the wig industry. A couple years ago, I got introduced to René of Paris, and that's kind of where my love affair with wigs started. I work for our sister company, Hair Club. I do business development and brand development, and I've been in hair restoration and hair transplant and hair therapies for a little over 10 years now. And I just fell in love with, I actually saw the Taylor bubblegum on Instagram, not realizing that it was a wig by René of Paris, and just fell in love with that wig, and then found out it was from our sister company.
Wow.
And it just kind of snowballed into me getting involved in really becoming the glam expert for Hair Club. And I love wigs because it allows me to change up my hair without making the commitment of cutting or coloring my hair. As you can see, I have a lot of hair, but it's very, very fine. So for me to try to do a platinum color, it wouldn't work. And I like to play with bangs, but I can't commit to cutting them. And so what's perfect for me is finding wigs that, are really different than my hairstyle that I have right now.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I first met you in Vegas, I was like, oh, right, there's Erin, and we got chatting and stuff. And then the next day I was like, she must have some evil twin or something. And then I thought you were a triplet. And then I was like, actually, there's far too many of this same person. And then obviously I knew you were wearing the wigs. But I mean, for me, what's really refreshing is I got into this business because I was doing, models for catwalks and big photo shoots and, big fashion and editorial events. And we would book like all these different models, and bookers and agencies would say, look, you can't do this with the hair, you can't do that with the hair, and you can't do the other with the hair. So purely for fashion purposes, we would use the wigs, especially in shoots and shows and stuff. And then indirectly, because of that, and being in that kind of world, I then started looking after people with hair loss related illness and different kind of things, became a trichologist. But so a lot of the times at René of Paris, sometimes we are associated with just medical wigs and stuff. But, you are the epitome of, you will wear it for fashion. For you, it's like an accessory, like a new handbag or a new purse or a new set of shoes, or, so that's what I really like about how you style them out.
Yeah, and it totally is an accessory. The lavish waves behind me is in frozen sapphire, so it has a blue tint to it. And my husband and I are Boston Red Sox fans, so I love to wear that wig. I throw on my blue and red Boston Red Sox hat, and I'm a totally different person. But it's just fun. It is definitely for me an accessory, and I can match them to my outfit, match them to my event, or match them to my mood.
Yeah, well, do you know what? It's funny you say that, because you know, I mean, my wife, similar to yourself, she's got quite long blonde hair. You know, she's very particular about the length, and she doesn't want to have a, you know, I can tell I've been back in England, I'm saying a fringe back in there, but she doesn't want to have the bangs cut back in there. But, you know, if she's going out with the girls or you know, pre-lockdown and they were going partying or whatever, she'd say, "Oh, right, what have you got? What can I do?" And I'd loads of different kind of lengths and shapes, and she does become a different person.
It's funny, I have my alter ego, and it's like, then I take my wig off and I'm like, wah, wah.
Yeah, you could be like that superhero for the day.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting that you talk about, you know, lockdown. And for me, working from home for the last couple months and, you know, not being able to get my roots done and starting to see some sparkly grays coming out. The wigs saved me when I had to jump on a conference call and be on camera. I wore a different wig almost every day. I often pair my wigs with Christine Headwear just to give that different look. So I am all about mixing and matching my accessories.
Yeah, and the Christine Headwear works really well, doesn't it? As like, you know, as like a fashion accessory, and I really like those. They're really cool.
Yeah, my favorite is the Zoya turban, and I love how it's got this shine to it, but not too much, and it really makes me feel dressed up when I just have a headband on. So it makes it easy.
Yeah, it's classy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really classy. Yeah, I like that. Well, it's funny you said about the people being ready for meetings on Zoom and things, because we've got the hair thickening powders and the things from Bosley Professional Hair and Scalp. And, you know, ladies before that they could actually get their roots done in the salon, had you used some of those as a little root touch up and stuff, and that had worked amazingly.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
It's nice to hear you wearing the wigs anyway, and wearing them for the meetings. That's great. That's really good.
For me, I you know, working from home and you know, maybe not getting dressed like I would when I was going to the office, and being able just to pull a wig out, shake it, put it on my head, and look completely done up and put together was awesome.
Yeah. Instant glamour.
Yeah. Do you want me to show you a couple of my favorites?
Oh yeah, well, I've sent you a couple. You got those okay?
I did, and I opened this. This is Posh in Aquamarine Paradise. This color, and I don't know if it even does it justice on the camera. This color is gorgeous. I opened the box and it was like, whoa! I mean, it's just such a beautiful, fun color. So I can show that one. This is when I do.
Well, if you would, and the nice thing with that, when we shot that with a model who'd modeled in my range, and she modeled for the Orchid range, and she's a black girl and she's got beautiful skin tone. And people said to me, "Oh, well, will it work with any skin tone?" And it's nice to see your skin tone and that skin tone, because it really is. It's one of those colors that people think, wow, it's so out there, but it's just gorgeous.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because I was a little fearful of what this color would look like on my skin tone, but it is such a gorgeous color. And I want to do some shots with it straight, and then I also want to do some shots with it wavy, because it is that high heat fiber, which is awesome. When I wear the shorter style, I like to sometimes, you know, take some hair and pin it back, make different looks with just the same wig. Sometimes I like to pull it behind my ear. So it gives it like that different style.
And the thing is, it's like, it's making it your own, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, immediately you're like, you know, it's a cool color, but it hasn't drained the color out your skin, which I think is lovely.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was, like I said, I was kind of afraid of the color. And I wish I would have done my eyeshadow today with a little bit of blue to match it. But it's so comfortable. I love this style. I would be very fearful to cut my hair short. So this lets me get the feel of short hair without making that commitment.
Yeah, and that's comes back to, like, you know, my journey with the models and the celebrities was, you know, we might have something really big for a big magazine and we need to get the look. And, you know, I mean, there's no way in a million years someone, you know, somebody that's known for this hair will do that. But then, you know, you see these amazing shots in Vanity Fair and all these, like, you know, amazing magazines. You're like, whoa, that looks amazing. That looks great. But that looks brilliant on you. And just for the guys that can't really see that at home and stuff, that's a lace front, right? Because
yeah, let me
it
see.
looks so natural from the front.
I don't know if you can see, but yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah.
And dare I ask, what's your personality like with that one on?
Well, I haven't given this one a test run outside of the house yet. Yeah. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see. I definitely think that my personality will be very bold in this one.
Yeah, well, yeah, like it needs no encouragement.
Yeah, exactly.
So we sent something else to you as well. Did you manage to get that?
I did. So then this one is, you chose this one, and I probably would have never chosen this one for myself.
I'm getting nervous now.
Hold on, I gotta take the tag off, I've come to find out that things that I never thought that I would like or try, is you end up liking them. So that's why I wanted you to pick what you sent me. Make sure it's straight.
Well, there she goes.
Now I definitely know what my personality will be in this one. And that is like rock star, at like a fun establishment with live music.
Yeah, it's very rock chick, isn't it?
Yes, very rock chick.
Yeah, I can see it now and I just flick that bit of hair over from that side, a bit more over that way. See, it seems to, the more you kind of play with it, the more it's kind of coming to life as well.
Yeah, and this one I haven't like played with yet.
Yeah.
It might be a sneak peek of what will happen when I do actually go gray.
Yeah.
If I ever.
See, I love that though. I can see that, you know, fully leather jacket on.
Yeah, absolutely.
The tight pants, the big boots, rock concert.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we know that personality already, don't we?
Yeah, yeah. I have a feeling, yes. This would have been my Vegas wig.
Oh yeah. So so I mean, obviously it was disappointing this year with everything that went on, and I didn't get a chance to see you in Vegas. But I mean, for the guys that are going to be watching at home and that may be interested in seeing us in Vegas next year, and which is going to be bigger and better than ever. What have they got to look forward to, and what was your highlights from that amazing trip?
So, you know, I'll be honest. I think one of my favorite things that I did was taking your master cutting class.
Thank you very much.
I number one learned that the technique that stylists use is amazing. I did cut my finger a couple times with the shears.
Sorry about that.
My haircut wasn't amazing, but it was so interesting to watch how just a couple tweaks and modifications to a wig to fit somebody's specific facial features can make a world of a difference. And it helped me with my wig journey, because I knew that if something didn't look right the first time I put it on, that maybe it needed to have just a couple modifications done for it to fit my facial features. Like this, for instance, I would want to trim the bangs just a little bit because they're kind of hitting right my eyelash. And so this is something that I would have a licensed stylist do a little bit of modification to. Yeah,
well, it's important for the guys at home to know that not to try this at home, isn't it? And not to do that at home and stuff. And that's, you know, I
did get my certification in your class, I still won't be doing it myself.
Okay, well, next year you can come to the class again.
Yes, I need a refresher.
Perfect. Well, there's a little one that I did here actually.
I was eyeballing that in the background.
So this one's this is a Scorpio. For the ones you know that from the Orchid Collection, and this is in cherry cola. But I just gave her. I've made the bangs a little bit more heavy. I shattered the weight out of these sides, and then just made that a bit more inverted, and cut some little chops throughout the back there. So I mean, Scorpio is it's one of our best sellers, and it's a beautiful, beautiful bob. But I just thought I'd modify that a little bit.
It looks with the modifications that you did, it adds that edginess to it.
Yeah, and you know what? 9 times out of 10, when I used to be in the salon and I would have a client coming in, 9 times out of 10 we'd get something, it'd come out the box, and we'd completely nail it, and it wouldn't need anything. But for those times that it needs a little something, then obviously, you know, then we've got that. And I'll just show you this, because I think well, I'm going to send you one of these. This one is from my range. So
yeah.
this
so
is
what is that one?
This is Angela from my range here. So this is the Alexander Couture Collection, and this is in Mochaccino R. So this is, you know, this is a really delicious color. And it's just got that little bit of movement in there. Yeah, it's not heavy at all. So it's, you know, it's similar to Angelica, which is one of our biggest and best sellers, but it's got the bangs in there. We've got a monofilament top, and it's lighter in weight. So if for anyone out there that loves Angelica but thinks it's just a bit big and didn't want to have it modified, then that would be a great choice. So
that's on my list. I'll make sure that you have my address.
Oh yeah. I don't think you're gonna let me wait till Vegas, are you, to get that one? Yeah. So listen, I mean, this obviously this interview and this little chat and catching up with you is so long overdue. It's so nice to see you. And I just wanted to say we posted something on our Instagram before, and it was of the little girls. One of those is your little girl, right?
Yeah. So my daughter is 8, and then she's got twin cousins that are actresses in LA, and they were here for a visit a couple weeks ago, and there's a TikTok challenge that's the Wipe It Down challenge. And everybody loves to come to This Is My Wig Room at Home. And it was so funny because they were in here, and my sister-in-law and I were like, oh my gosh, we have to do this. We got dresses that matched the wigs, and it came out perfect with one take. And I think now it's got almost 10,000 views. So
amazing.
It's really cool. You have a daughter too, right?
I do, yeah. Amber, she's 3.
Oh.
And I mean, she's got an older brother, and he's into everything. So she flits from wanting to be a princess and then wanting to be Spider-Man. Yeah. But when I catch her on a princess day, I've actually got a Miley here that's in bubblegum R. Oh. And she likes that. It's in the dress-up box. So when it's not a Spider-Man day, she'll put it on. So, but it's, do you know what? It's so much fun. And I mean, the serious aspect of it is that there are kids out there that you know, that are having a tough time for whatever reason and do need these wigs medically. And then that, you know, that breaks my heart, but it also empowers me to, when I see videos of your girls and wearing that, and when I see my daughter running around in it, it destigmatizes wigs, and it makes it a lot of fun. And it's like, well, you know, so-and-so's wearing it. And this is why I think the celebrity world has a lot sometimes to live up to, in the way that we know that they're all wearing wigs, because a lot of them are wearing our wigs, and there's some of them that are even wearing my new range, have been out long. And sometimes and any celebrities that are watching that out there, just, it's nice when they come forward and say, do you know what, I love this piece, because it gives people out there, whether it be kids, grown-ups, adults, that confidence to say, do you know what, she's wearing that, so I am. So yeah, I
definitely think, sort of with my journey, I'm very, I mean, you see on my social media, I'm very open about, you know, what wig I'm wearing, and I'm open about understanding the stigma of a wig. And it's interesting when you're talking about celebrities, you hear people talking about, oh, I want hair like that. And you're like, that's not their hair. Like, we know that that's not their hair. And I can show you which one they're wearing. But it truly has been a transformation, I think, in the last few years where people are honest about wearing wigs. There isn't that, shyness anymore. I prefer the most colorful wigs just because it's something that I normally don't do with my hair. So me personally, I don't typically ever wear a wig that really is my shade or my style. I'm going completely opposite. And that's where I enjoy, the fun of wigs. Now, sometimes I do have to look upstairs in my daughter's room to find specific wigs because they start to disappear and make it in her room. But
of course, they grow little legs and walk up there.
I don't know how that happens.
So the more I'm watching you in the wig I chose out, my heart palpitations have stopped, and I realize it was a great choice. But it wouldn't be fair just to throw 2 wigs at you and say, right, try these on. So can you do me a big favor? Can you try on your favorite piece out of your wig room? Absolutely. Or one of your favorites?
Absolutely. So I've got 2 favorites. This is Breezy in Dusty Rose, and I am obsessed with this wig for a couple different reasons. Number one, I have a big forehead, so I like bangs, but I don't want to cut them. So I love this one because I can have bangs when I choose to have them. And this color is like to die for. It's like a gold. I love this one. It's super comfortable. This is one of my favorites. It's kind of my go-to. What do you think?
I love it. I mean, this one from it coming out has been so popular. And I mean, let me tell you, as a stylist for, I'll just say 20 plus years. I'm not going to go any further than that, but for 20 plus years, that is such a hard tone to achieve on hair.
Absolutely.
Because it either goes too pink or too gold or too red. And, I can do it, but it's not just a quick fix. So, that's the other thing, which is great with our wigs. They're the same color every single time. So, and you literally threw that on. It was effortless. You shook it out. How long have you had that piece?
So this is actually my second one. I literally had it on display, and a client wanted it, and so I sold the display when they were on back order, and so I finally got this one. So I've had this one a couple months, and I'm like shocked at the price and the quality. It is just, I love the wavy, messy look too. When you've got fine hair, this isn't a style that you can achieve. So
you can achieve it, but it doesn't last all day, does it?
No. Especially here in Sacramento. I do want to show you one other one. This is what got me into loving wigs. This is Taylor in Bubblegum Rooted. And over the last couple of years, this is probably my 4th or 5th one. But I love this one because this is a color that I would not be able to do with my existing hair. And
there she is. Do you know what? You've taken me back to Vegas like that.
Yes. This is, and I'm a fan of Rooted just because I think it looks so natural. This one, I actually had a stylist customize for me. The layers typically are a little bit longer, but I liked them to be a little shorter because I feel like it matched my facial features better. I love this because you can barely tell it's pink. Like when people are like, oh, your platinum wig. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's pink. And it just hits the light right where you can see the pink.
Yeah, it's a stunning color. It really is a stunning color. It's kind of got that cheeky little bit of pink, hasn't it? That just gets the interest. But I mean, what I love about that color is it enables you to have platinum without drawing all the tone out of your skin, because that little hint of pink just gives that perfect warmth. And I think with the, you've got olive skin, you've got big dark brown eyes. So to have that root on there, actually, it's not so unbelievable that you couldn't have had that colored.
When I wear this wig, people think it's my hair. I have people come up to me. I was at Target and they're like, who do you go to do your color? And I'm like, oh, this is a wig. Like I carry wig caps in my purse. If somebody wants to try it on, I'm like, here you go. Like this is a showstopper with the color. And
Oh,
I
sure.
totally agree with you that I've had numerous friends purchase this wig that skin tones are completely different, and it looks good on almost everybody's skin tone. And it's
Yeah.
because it's got that hint of pink to it, where it's not that yellow or white platinum. It softens it. But this is, I mean, this is my baby.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, I tip it. I rarely cheat on Taylor.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to see what I can do about that and think if I can. But did you know it really suits you? And
I want the one behind you. That's what I'm waiting for.
Okay. Yeah. Well. I'll look at some colours and I'll DM you and send you some things over. And,
all right.
And why don't we do this again sometime and have a little chit chat?
This is a great way to spend my day.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Absolutely. So I mean we're obviously coming to the end of our little chat, which I could talk to you all day.
I know.
Leave us on a good note. Leave us on a funny note. What have we got to expect coming from you for next year personally, wig wise, and what are you looking forward to? And
so one of the things that I'm going to start working on a little bit more is more like wig reviews, and I'm going to do some top 5 videos. So here's the top 5 fashion forward wigs. Here's the top 5 professional everyday wear. I really I want to get out of my comfort zone because I've got mine that I love, and I think by doing these top 5 videos, it will allow me to try things on that I probably wouldn't have tried on. So I'm gonna that's on my agenda.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, in my news, I've finally been able to have the back of my hair cut because now that salons have opened, right? I mean, I came over to here and I was cutting the top and the back myself, but I was looking a bit like the Tiger King at the back. So, so that was big news for me, getting somebody else to cut the back of my hair. But I mean that's great, and I cannot wait to see the reviews and to look at the different things. And I'll have a really good think, and I'll send you some things that are a little bit out your comfort zone, and let's talk again.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was awesome, Alexander.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's long overdue, and I'll look forward to speaking to you again. So just before we go, I just want to let everyone know out there, if everyone's enjoyed, speaking to Erin and listening to her story and listening to my story and everything that's going on, please like us on Facebook, subscribe to our Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube, look at our Instagram, look at all the things, look at the new website. It's amazing. And follow our journey. Direct messages with any questions you may have, and we will get those answered. So for everybody out there, thank you for joining us. Erin, thank you once again. It's been a pleasure, never a chore, and I'll be back in September. So all being well, I'll come pay you a visit, and we'll see you soon.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Cheers now. Bye-bye.